This episode is brought to you by KNC Outdoors. Get 20% off everything in the store by entering RBS20 at checkout.
Rooster Bat is where it's at. Oh, he's all that, and as a fact, you know it. He's the king of the podcasting thing.
Hello, freaks and geeks. This is Dave Cadena, and you're enjoying us on the wonderful Rooster Bat Show. Today in studios, we have Jess. Hello, Jess.
Heyo.
And we have AM. How you doing, AM? Excellent. And of course, we are joined with Krystal with the Magic Music Box. No, just Krystal.
Yeah, just Krystal. That's all right.
The musician, entrepreneur, indie music extraordinaire, and so forth and so on. And of course, Eva in the backdrop. How are we doing today, Krystal?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So we like to start off every week with what's going on in our life that's a little exciting, something that happened that was good. I'm going to go ahead and get us kicked off. And this week, I want to say that I have a whole lot of nothing except for I did get my new camera hooked up. So we will be seeing that sometime mid-October, hopefully, where you're not just seeing this part of my face. You get to actually see more of it. It's going to be crazy, I know. You're going to see that I'm actually wearing Disney shirts because I like to wear Disney shirts. And, of course, some Mario Brothers and whatnot.
Are you wearing a Disney shirt?
Yes.
I just realized I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt.
Hakuna Matata.
Exactly.
Yay.
What a wonderful phrase.
Awesome.
So that we've got set up. We got power to it. Everything's working on it. So studio's coming along. We are going to be moving some things around. I'm pretty excited about all this. But that's been my week. And why don't you go ahead and tell me about yours, Krystal?
Sure. I'm really excited that today, every Thursday, I have a new cover video for this A to Z challenge I've been doing. And today I did K, which was Keep Holding On by Avril Lavigne. And I love that song. I think it's totally appropriate for everything we have going on in the world right now. So I was really happy to get that out. My husband's birthday was this past week, which was really cool. So happy birthday to him. I know he's watching. Let's see, what else? And it's officially Halloween season. Halloween's like my favorite holiday, so I'm excited.
Hallelujah.
October 1st,
Ours
here
too.
we are.
Yeah.
Gotta love Halloween.
I meant to start with a mask on.
Darn.
Ruined.
Do you want to start over?
Yeah, I was gonna. No, it's all fine. It's fine. It's whatever. It's like pre-plan, don't plan, whatever. Eat food, live and stuff. Forget things. The general things. But yeah, we're in Halloween season. Are you excited about Halloween season?
Absolutely, 100%. I love Halloween. It's one of my favorite holidays, and even though it needs to be a little bit different this year than it has been in past years, there are still a ton of ways to celebrate. Like, for example, I have my pumpkin latte body cream. I have pumpkin all the things. I am one of those girls, and I'm not ashamed of it.
I need a Halloween out my entire room.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need it. I add fake cobwebs and just Halloween it out.
I'm very tempted to pull out our Christmas tree, but do it Halloween style instead.
Oh, yes, like with skulls and like gothic stuff and bats.
Oh, similar to how my grandmother did.
Yeah, similar to how your grandma did things, but not
your
as
grandma
actual
sounds like
witchy.
An interesting woman.
My grandma is an interesting woman. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that.
Yeah, we don't
Salem
want to be
would have
cursed.
definitely burned her.
Oh. Oh my.
So
Wow.
Jess, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good. It's been a kind of a relaxed week. Got nothing special happened except finishing tattoos.
Oh yeah. You
So
got
I'm
a
sitting
big
sore
art
over
piece
here.
done.
Yeah.
Are you right now are doing that ink challenge? Are you gonna do the
Inktober? Here's the problem.
Okay.
We're both drawing on the iPad.
The
iPad pen charger has been misplaced.
Best Buy.
I know, but today's day one and we both missed it already. So
Yeah.
We can draw on paper, and it is acceptable
So,
to.
No, thank you.
so can we describe what Inktober is?
Inktober is like an online Instagram challenge, and you do similar to how she's doing A to Z for. Are you doing the full A to Z?
Yep. Full
Right
A to Z.
on. This is just it's day 1 through 31 of a drawing prompt every day.
Oh, okay. And so we can't do it on paper though, right?
You can.
Oh, sweet.
You can do it on any
I will
medium
go-
that you prefer.
I will go start drawing tomorrow.
Today's
I'll be a day
Today's
late.
the start, and I also
it's
have.
a fish, which is like our thing. We're Pisces.
Yeah,
I'm
2 + 2.
I'm fairly certain I'm the only Cancer
Mm-hmm.
in this household.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
not
we're all
fish.
Pisces and you're
Yeah.
Cancer.
So yeah, that sounds like fun though. I mean, it really does.
I also
Mhm.
have my own for like just my own.
What do you have
Your own
of?
prompts?
Yeah, my own prompts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right on.
Sweet. So, AM, how was your week?
You probably didn't see this, but like a minute ago, I was texting my friend, so pretty good.
Easy enough.
Friend time always beats everything, huh?
Friend,
Oh,
I think friend
really?
time. There's like the levels of awesomeness. We were talking. Okay, Krystal, I need to know. All right, what order does great, awesome, and amazing go in? Like, in your opinion?
The order you just said it. Great, awesome, amazing.
Amazing is the top, right? Because it has a zing on
Yeah.
it. It's because
Right.
it's
It
amazing.
was never Alexander the Amazing.
It could have been. Maybe
It
he
was
wasn't
Alexander
that
the
great.
Great. All right. When you see somebody amazing, they're a magician. They're
Because they're
the
zingy.
amazing acrobatic. Blah blah blah.
But
I
I mean,
have
if you're talking about people versus
So,
a thing,
great-
it could be different.
wait.
Go
wait.
ahead. Go fast.
So the great, awesome, amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it goes great, awesome, amazing. Not-
I do awesome, amazing, great.
Yeah. So you're with Krystal and you're wrong, but it's fine.
You're the one that put
We're
the
all
order that way.
entitled to our own opinions.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not saying you aren't. I'm just saying that it's not.
That we're
it's,
wrong.
It's Alexander the Great and the amazing, not very cool.
You just don't like not being
when
right.
When you
Mhm.
say how was your day, it was
I
great,
say
or
gr-
it was awesome, it was amazing.
Or
You-
they're great
You never say
Again.
it's great.
again with greatness. There is a
Mm.
greatness to this.
Nope, it's definitely on the bottom of the list still, babe. No matter how you say it, Tony the Tiger.
So amazing, right? Is you're in a maze. It's very complicated. You're,
Mhm.
lost. It's like elaborate, and you're definitely going to not have a great time.
Hey, Dad, look at that.
Okay. I don't
Nice
know.
chat. In the chat box, Pineapple says, I agree with AM.
Yeah.
Pineapple is also AM, so.
Yes. I agree with myself. Oh, I wonder how that happens. Okay, now here's another serious question. Okay, are you a milk before cereal or a cereal before milk in the bowl?
Oh, cereal before milk all the way.
Okay, all right.
Thank goodness. Phew.
People who do it the other way are serial killers.
There's only
Seriously.
Our son just opened the door and came in. There's only one answer.
I agree that they are in fact serial killers or heathens or maybe
Both.
Definitely psychotic. So yeah, it's I know people are wondering because as all musicians are, they're very like outgoing, they're very talented, and some musicians, not going to say names, like to put their cereal after the milk, and that's just unacceptable. Steven Tyler.
No.
Steven Tyler.
Yeah, he's a milk.
You're making
Really?
that up. You're making that up because you know
Oh,
that's
yeah.
my man.
Absolutely, that's slanderous. Slanderous in its full extent.
My ears are perked up. I will fight you in the face.
Does anybody have fight in the face on their bingo board? So, how did you get into music?
Well, that's kind of a multi-part answer, really. I've been singing for about 25 years.
Okay.
A really long time since I was small. I've always been really musically inclined. And then I started singing professionally when I was a teenager, and I'd go sing at gigs, around the state, throughout the country. And I stopped when I went to college, but I continued doing musical theater. I was a musical theater actress for a long time, but I didn't pursue my music as a solo artist at that time. I didn't really do it regularly. Like, I'd do one-off gigs or one-off benefits and things, but not really focusing on my own music.
Mm-hmm.
But there were two things that really changed all of that for me, and it was stuff in my personal life that brought me back to music. And since then, I've just been going at it full speed, really trying to immerse myself in as much as possible and get my music out there. Yeah.
I mean, I see the following that you have on Twitter, and I know that you've been doing a lot on YouTube, and you're very talented. So I know that you have and one of the things I think we talked about sometime this year was the fact that you haven't played the guitar very long.
No, I haven't. So that's why I said it was kind of multi-part.
Yeah.
I've been singing for a really long time, but in terms of guitar and piano, I've only been playing for about a year.
Yeah.
And that was kind of on and off as well, because when you have a full-time job and when you have other responsibilities and things you're dealing with in a pandemic all over the world, there's very limited time to be able to focus on your craft. But I have been working really hard at it. And I also, all of my musical knowledge was kind of just a conglomeration of everything that I had learned through years of listening to music.
Mm-hmm.
And like I had been, like I said, in musicals, I did a lot of plays and being put on harmony parts, or I was in a church choir for a while and learning the different parts in the choir, but I never really studied musical theory. And I took a course online, which Coursera is awesome. I was able to take a university music theory course for free from Scotland.
Fun.
Yeah, and that kind of changed the game for me, and everything just kind of started fitting into place, and learning about, different key signatures and how chord progressions work and why they work and how to create certain moods. And it just all sort of came together.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know much about musical therapy.
Theory.
Yeah. Theory and therapy. I know that certain musics make me feel great. Certain musics make me, motivated. And my mixtape is always going to be, of the 90s era, trying to, bring back the come on now, David, this Notorious B.I.G., and all that. And so how often have you been rapping?
I have a question, because music is either in your blood, like for yourself, or you grow into it. Is it like a family thing? Does it pass down, or?
I would and would not say that, because my mom was in chorus in high school, and she loves music, and I certainly was influenced by my mom, but it wasn't something where, like, I have friends whose parents were musicians themselves, and they were immersed in this world of, friends coming in who play different instruments and singers. Like, that wasn't the environment I had, but I can't say that it wasn't passed down to me, because my mom was a huge influence on what music I listened to and enjoyed. And my parents were also super supportive growing up of my talent and wanting to help me in whatever way they could. And, I owe them everything for that.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm always curious, because I come from a very musical family. My dad sings, plays guitar, several instruments. My brother does too. And I'm like the one oddball that doesn't.
And somehow your child got it.
Yes, you do have it.
Like for me, I think I told you, like, I don't know how to play I don't know how
Can't
to
even
play
say
the
the word
guitar.
today.
The guitar, right? However, I have one because I like to be cool. It's a stage prop for me. And but like you're like, oh yeah, no, like literally I've been playing for less than a year, and I'm like, bull.
He's been thinking about learning for like 9 years.
I got the app. I got the app on my phone.
What app were you using?
I was Simply Guitar.
Okay.
Not a sponsor. And I mean, if you want to sponsor, like, I'm okay with that too. So, but yeah, no, Simply Guitar, and I like learned. I learned like 2 chords, and then I was like, I'm not paying $9.99 a month. That's not happening. So, I mean, it's awesome. Like if
You need to choose one hobby at a time.
yeah, the problem is I really like podcasting. I really like talking to people, and I like talking about my own thoughts and stuff. And sometimes I don't have enough brain to even capacitate what I have in my own head. So, it's a hardwiring system problem.
I totally understand that whole thing of liking too many things and wanting to do too many things. I definitely get it. I have so many hobbies myself, and it's hard to try to just focus, but you seem to be doing great with the podcasting, so that's a plus.
Yeah, it works out. So what exactly, okay, I know singing, but what got you started on your musical path? Your magical and musical path. Why not? Sure. So, like, what got you started on the musical path?
So this time around, as an adult, I will say that what started everything was my dad got diagnosed with, it's called early onset Alzheimer's disease, but I prefer the term younger onset, because when you say early onset, people think it's the beginning stages of the disease, but in my dad's case, it's that he was younger than the typical 65 and older that most people are when they get the diagnosis. And when he started along this long journey, he started losing bits of himself and losing his past and his memories. And, at this point in time, and even for a while, he really doesn't know our family anymore. He knows that they're kind faces and people that make him smile, that take care of him, but our history and everything that we've shared, like remembering my birth or remembering my high school graduation, my college graduation, like he wouldn't remember any of that, or even to know, sometimes he doesn't know me at all, like my name or my face, but he just sees me as a kind person. But the only time that consistently he knows who I am is when he hears me sing. And it's something that, I did a ton of reading when he got diagnosed, and I learned everything I possibly can about the brain and about the processes of learning. And one of the things that I have read is that there's some evidence suggesting that the processes involved in Alzheimer's disease don't corrupt the part of the brain as readily that handles music. And in my own anecdotal experience, that is very true for the reason that I just said. When he sees my videos, he thinks that I'm there in the room, and he remembers that I'm someone he cares about and that he loves me. And my mom sends me videos sometimes and pictures of him, like he gets so emotional and he'll dance to my up tempos and like get sad, like with my sad songs, and he really responds. And sometimes he doesn't respond to anything. So it really made me feel like this is important for me to continue to do, no matter what comes up in life, no matter what I'm dealing with in terms of, work and other situations. I really need to put a focus on my music and make sure that I'm doing this, because it makes a difference to my dad's life. And there are so few things that I can do being apart from my parents. They live in South Florida, and that's where I was born and raised, and I'm in Central Florida, in Orlando. So being so far away, it's difficult for me to handle, difficult for my mom and my brother who are there in South Florida, and I just feel like it's the one thing I can do to help my dad and to help them.
That's
so
beautiful.
That was thank you. That's a huge
Yeah.
part of my why. And sorry that I'm going on this.
No.
That's okay.
Honestly, like
we're open to emotions. Get on it, girl.
Like if I start, like if I lean off to the side, it's because I'm tearing up. I'm trying not to do it like on camera. So, no, seriously, I think this is magical, and I think the fact that you're able to bring this and bring a little bit of life, and memories and all this wonderfulness, to your dad's life is amazing. Don't let me stop you. Please continue. All right. I want to hear more.
One thing that, speaking of the fact that I haven't been playing the instruments very long, talking about teenagers, we were in the pre-show talking about teenagers and how special they are. I was a special teenager too. And my dad bought me that guitar. And it was a really wonderful present. He spent a lot of time researching guitars and what would be a good beginner guitar, a solid instrument, and that was his gift to me. And I was super appreciative, but I am one of those people that when they're not immediately good at something, they get really frustrated. And so I put it to the side, and I didn't really want to continue to play because I got frustrated with myself. Like, hey, I'm not immediately good at this. And as a teenager, that was not something that I wanted to spend my time doing. I was focused on college and focused on my friends, and I didn't want to put in the work. And, looking back on it, it really, really killed me that my dad put so much effort into giving me this wonderful instrument, and I didn't even touch it. And it was still in my, childhood bedroom in my parents' house.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've kind of reclaimed that, and I hope that in whatever part of him remembers, whatever part of him sees me, I use that guitar in all of my videos, and it's the instrument that I'm using to learn and to continue to, improve my craft, and it's really impacted my life in getting its use now. And I know it's too late for him to really get the full gravity of it, but I know, and it's important to me.
No.
And I feel like some part of him, I would hope that he would be happy.
I love that. I have a grandmother that just passed away recently, and she had dementia, and she was deaf, so she doesn't really hear music, but she can feel it. And worship was the only thing, like praise and worship music is the only thing that really got her through the hard days. So even though she couldn't hear the words, she would sing anyways. And it's like, I love that that's your dad's special thing too, because when your mind goes, it's terrifying. Music is like, music pulls me up on a bad day. So it's like, it's that emotional connection in a deeper, more special way.
Well, music is magical in all sense of it, because there's certain musics that can just bring that sunlight into somebody. There's certain music that brings that energy into a workout. There, and it's one of those memory creating things. There was a scientific note that I read one time where they were talking about how it literally takes less than half of a note to recognize a song in some cases, and we always hear like Chemical Romance, right, where they got ding, and like everybody knows that note, and it's like, oh yeah, I know this one. It's like boom, and so memories. I think the longevity of musical memories are probably going to be one of those memories that will outlast any other memory. I mean, our conscious listens to everything. It smells, oh yeah, it smells, another one. But like our conscious listens to everything and absorbs everything to the point where we don't even know what we're listening to, what we're hearing. And sometimes we'll hear a nice musical beat and it catches our ear. We're like, man, where did I hear that from? And you don't remember, but that was like the first date you had. And that's the memory you have with that song. That was the song that was playing in the background at the diner where you got to meet your significant other. And that that is all triggered by a sound that you hear. I have a song that I can literally not listen to without throwing up.
Yep.
And like,
Wow.
yeah, no, like it creates bad memories too. There's a song that I hear it. It doesn't matter where I am, and they just made a new remake of it, and it doesn't matter anywhere I'm at.
And it's one of the songs that sticks in your head too, and it's one that I love. So
No More I Love You is the name of the song. If you guys want to torture me, that is the song that will make me curl into the fetal position and literally just remind me.
Because it has a bad memory for you.
Yeah, I was almost thrown off of a cliff, like legitimately. And it's that song is the reason for like my like childhood memories, that all it does is just instantaneously brings all of the worst. But sometimes there's songs that automatically bring all of the best. And music has such a great reaction, and it has one of those things that
now it's stuck in my head. Thanks.
You're welcome.
You weren't supposed to name it.
I know, but I had
Here
to.
it
It was
is.
in my head.
It's in mine too now.
It's evil. It's pure evil. It's awesomeness and evil. And some would say great, but nobody wants to give it that high.
Amazing.
Oh, I am sorry. I hate that song. That song is just pure evil. But I think it's beautiful that you picked up a musical instrument that you once thought maybe you really didn't need to learn, and that musical instrument has helped you connect with your father, and it's probably the only thing that helps him connect with his memory. Bye. Love you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
You're going to go have fun with your friends?
Yeah.
Your friends aren't as cool as us.
No. Adult talk.
They probably don't smell as good either.
I'm very certain
So-
they smell better than us.
I'm pretty
right,
sure
you can shut her mic
showers
down.
are overrated. Everybody knows that.
Did you shut their mic down?
Yeah, mic's off.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.
Love you.
Have fun.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah. Now, where are you on this subway thing?
Subway.
Subway.
Yeah. So
Are
Ireland.
you talking about the bread?
Ireland.
I hadn't even heard about this.
Oh.
What is going on?
In
just brought it
trending
up at
stories, for me, it might just be my trending stories, but Ireland has decided that Subway bread is not considered real bread.
What?
Yes.
What do they consider it then?
That's
Did
what
they
I want to
say?
know too. What is it like?
It's not bread.
It's not pasta either.
Yeah, I mean, did they consider it a food item?
Oh no, it's edible. That's all it is.
I want to look up Irish bread.
Yeah, it's Subway bread. So Phantom's like they're teenagers. That's almost a given. You're 100% correct. Yeah, the Supreme Court in Ireland, accept all cookies.
Their bread looks pretty good.
It's supposed to be amazing. I need to get the Awfully Irish boys on here. All right, says Subway sandwiches contain too much sugar to be legally considered bread, according to the Supreme Court.
Oh wow! But to be honest, like American bread does have a lot of sugar.
Yeah,
does.
It's what is used to make the yeast rise.
No.
Yes, it is actually. Don't you know me?
We use corn syrup to make yeast rise because we're awful.
Not at home. We don't.
Awful human beings. your husband, he knows this story, and if he's on Team Irish, all right, is because the sugar is too high. Ireland is onto something. I don't
America puts sugar in everything.
I've never liked Subway bread. I think
It doesn't like you either.
I like the flatbread. I'm okay with the flatbread, but I'm guaranteed that's poisonous as well.
Oh, I'm sure it's not poisonous. Can't be that bad for you, can it?
He's not
They
supposed to
that whole
have
Eat
bread.
Lunch campaign.
So
oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Bread is anything with too
downfall.
much sugars is bad for you, right?
Yeah. For sure.
90% of where I work, the only access to food is Subway, and it's all poisonous bread.
They make good salads, though.
Oh man, I love Subway.
I bet they do.
Your problem is you don't eat vegetables that often. If you put more veggies in there, the bread would be,
I'm supposed to ask you
out.
what you think of Irish soda bread.
That's what looks good. It looks like sourdough. It looks very similar to like texture wise.
Irish soda bread is amazing.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, describe what I know that's not greatness, but how is it being that mediocre? Amazing.
Gotcha. It's great.
There you go.
there you go. Now I understand. I mean, I've only ever had it at Raglan Road at Disney Springs.
Okay.
They have this Guinness dip that you can put the bread in, and it is like the heavens have opened up and given you an appetizer before your meal. It is amazing.
Wow.
I'm sorry, since you can't have bread, really.
No, it's fine. No. I like heavens. You bring on the heavens.
He enjoys bread. It's just his body doesn't enjoy it.
Yeah, no, my body doesn't like bread. It's
so
glucose
it's terrible.
free.
You really wouldn't want to have it.
No, it's super awful. Yeah. Bread. Bread. Only cool people eat bread. Whatever. I'm not trendy.
I'm so glad we had grilled cheese for dinner.
I know. I had grilled cheese on sourdough.
I'm not guilty at all over here.
Yeah. So, sorry. So this Guinness bread is it's Guinness.
Well, it's a Guinness dip that you dip the Irish soda bread in.
Okay, the first time I ever had Guinness was
about a month ago.
About a month ago. I don't drink that often. I used to drink a lot, but then I had a problem. So I stopped drinking. Now I don't drink that often at all.
Maybe like a beer every season.
Yeah, every season. It has to be like,
quarterly.
a beer season. It's not even the quarter. It's like half a monthy. I'm going to say half a monthy. Whatever. And so I had a Guinness because I was on with the Awfully Irish Boys, and those guys will drink me under the table first off, but they're like, "Oh, you need to drink Guinness." It is a smooth beer. Those are geniuses. That's what Guinness actually is translated to genius. I'm 100% certain of it, and if it's not, I am 100% certain it is, and they should change it. But no, that I can imagine what a Guinness dip would taste like, and I think it would be pure magic.
It really is. I mean, it's at Disney, so
everything's
I miss Disney.
Anyway. Is your guys' Disney open?
Yes,
your guys' Disney is
Florida's open. California is going to be the last everything.
You guys don't get the vid over there, so it's all right.
We're like middle open.
Your governor's a joke.
Our governor's a joke too.
Am I allowed to talk about this?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's not politics. It's a vid.
Florida politics. It's Florida politics.
Florida man.
We can't talk too
Wednesday.
much. We can't talk too much shit because we have California. So
yeah,
it's like you can go off the deep end either side. It's fine.
Okay, go ahead. No, please tell me about the wonderful world of Florida.
Governor Ron DeSantis has opened us up to phase 3, which means essentially everything is open for the most part. And I feel so strongly that we should not. And he is arguing he didn't give the local governments heads up. So like our county mayor, Mayor Demings, did not have a heads up. And, we still have a mask mandate here in Orange County. But he's trying to supersede and get in the way of the mask mandates in the counties at the local level, and people are butting heads, and it's just a mess.
It just creates more chaos between the people, and
I think
that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah, didn't you guys also have a sheriff that refused to have his deputies wear a mask?
Probably. That wouldn't surprise me.
I think it was a Florida sheriff that said we will not have there will be no mask mandate in our station, and none of my officers will wear a mask. I'm 100% certain of it now.
Yeah, we've watched it.
Yeah.
In defense of Florida,
Okay.
I have to, defend my home state
Your husband.
here.
Yes.
We are not homogenous here. We are not homogenous. We are so diverse. If you look where we live in Orlando and, South Florida, the Tri-County area with Miami-Dade, Broward, and West Palm, and really around where the universities are, where the big cities are, you have little blue pockets. You have very liberal areas, people that are more... what can I say here? People that are more urban-minded, business-minded, and then you have the areas that are more rural, that are spread out for the rest of the state. And, especially when you have people that are closer to the military bases, you get more conservative. So it is, even though we are a purple state in terms of having a mixed population.
You're the swing state.
Right. It is, but it isn't like people are all the same all throughout the state. We have very diverse regions. And to say that somebody from South Florida would be the same as someone from Orlando, the same as somebody from Gainesville, totally wrong. Like we are so different in the different areas of the state. It is.
I think that's similar in California because we live in Central Valley, California. Just below us, like it takes us an hour and a half to get to Los Angeles. And that is a pretty, I don't know, it's about 50-50 in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's not as Hollywood as the news says it is.
I want to say the city is more
liberal,
but
they're
the outskirts
very
is not.
conservative. Very conservative. Like Orange County is super conservative.
Yeah, we have Orange County too.
And then we're in Bakersfield, which is like Little Texas.
Yeah.
So it's also conservative here. It's I would agree it's the same here. And it's just
it's
weird
funny how they
pockets.
present that.
Yeah.
And it's not like, for me, never having been over that side of the country, I would not have known that.
Yeah, so
it's very strange.
What's really cool is the Sealand sections of California is very blue. Inland is very not blue. And that's just kind of how it works. Is like the big pockets, like you have
like San Francisco is blue, but Napa Valley is more red.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the last election, there was almost like a red stripe all the way on the east side of the border of California, all the way up. It was pretty much just painted red, and then the blue is like, meh. But our electoral is a winner take all electoral college, so no rank based system, whatever. None whatsoever.
That's really fascinating. I mean, it makes me want to look at a map of California and how everybody voted last election. I'm nerdy like that though.
No,
we do that too.
No, I totally understand. I get it. Yeah, no, I am that person. I definitely looked at it.
Well, and so maybe this would also interest you in defense of Florida as well. I know that the big joke on every comedy news program is Florida Man.
Yes,
and we love Florida Man
and Florida Woman.
Okay, don't skip
sometimes
out.
Sometimes also Florida Child.
Yes,
not usually.
And would go. I'm going to let you finish, but
okay,
Beyonce
Kanye.
did it better.
Thanks, Kanye.
You're welcome. But I know, like, you guys have that one law which it's a mandated thing where you have to report the crimes, which I think is phenomenal. You have the most transparent law that every state should adopt. However, it makes for really great stories. So
right.
I'm okay with only your state having it.
Well, that's part of what I was going to say. We have sunshine laws here, open government, and we have some of the most robust open government laws in the country. And I'm super proud of that, being Floridian, that, if you wanted to get meeting notes from, the Orange County commissioners meeting, you could get them. If you wanted emails from any official in the state, you could get them, and you could get all sorts of public records that are just available to you, absolutely as it should be. It's even broader than the Freedom of Information Act. And they can charge you. Yeah, I know, quote unquote. They can charge you for public records, but they are available. And that, like you say, that is why journalists are able to write these stories so very quickly, because they have access to police reports. They have access to court documents that are available right away. And of course, there are certain things that are confidential, like domestic abuse and domestic violence cases don't get put online for anybody. But yeah, I mean, the reason Florida is such a joke is because we have such good open government and public records laws, but not everybody knows that. But I'm glad you do.
No, absolutely. I think it's one of the greatest laws, and I wish more states had transparency type laws.
Just not the ones we're living in, or what?
I think all states should.
Okay.
I think all states should have.
Yeah, but
them.
earlier you were like, maybe.
Well, okay. Can you
That's a
imagine
double-edged
California,
sword.
man?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't imagine California, man.
California,
Shit gets
man.
weird here.
California, man. We had a person. What was it like? You know, we have plenty of stories where somebody is running naked into a McDonald's. You know, California,
yeah,
man.
We had the guy chase somebody with a machete in the Starbucks
Exactly.
in this town.
Yeah, not that far
In
away.
your town?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
It
Now-
gets pretty wild here.
But because we don't have transparency laws, you know, nobody gets to find out about them. And it's okay sometimes. Florida, man. Now that's funny.
We have a friend that lives in Arizona, Phoenix area, and he shares the craziest news articles from Phoenix, and then one of his friends shares the craziest news articles from Florida, and it kind of just goes back and forth to see which one's crazier.
Yep, on Facebook,
And
and I
it's a
throw my
hard-
California sense in there.
There's neither one of them is like on top
Or
always.
Ohio.
It goes back
Ohio
and
is
forth
also
fast.
in that mix.
Is it really?
Yeah, so it's Ohio.
I did not know about Ohio.
Ohio, Florida. Yeah, because of Cleveland. Ohio, Florida, Arizona, and then I throw California in that one because there's plenty of garbage in the world. There's plenty of it.
Yeah, but they're just
Imagine
Phoenix
the
and-
stories we would get if Nevada had those laws. Oh, jeez.
it would be
And, like,
crazy.
Like on the strip, can you imagine? Okay, so this is the 3-year anniversary today.
Yes, it is.
The 3-year anniversary of the Route 91 massacre.
hmm
All right. Now, there's nothing funny about it. It's very sad.
It's affected our community pretty
yeah.
heavily.
We've had multiple friends that were there.
We were there.
We were there. We weren't at the Route 91, but we were in the vicinity. We had friends who were literally calling us that were outrunning the gunmen. It's a scary, scary, scary story.
It was a very long night.
Yeah. And I've heard that they came up with a settlement. I hear it's an awful settlement, but you know, all I wanted to point out with is the fact that it's 3 years, and that yeah, Nevada is a weird place. And the mere fact that type of massacre was able to happen, I got way too serious. I'm just gonna stop now.
Yeah, you went down a road you weren't prepared for.
I was not. No.
So
But I can't imagine. I can't imagine Nevada having those type of laws because that place is freaking off the rockers. Yeah.
Yeah, you went there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get back to you, Krystal.
Well, I mean, going into that place, we had Pulse here, the Pulse tragedy, and that was right down the road from us. And
Shit, yeah.
The Parkland shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas was near where I grew up in my same county, so I definitely feel for how it must feel for you in the aftermath of something like that. It's just crazy, the world that we live in.
No,
the world, I should say the country we live in.
Yeah.
It's such a weird system because, like, for us, we weren't part of the Route 91. Where we were at, we were zip lining across the Fremont Street. We were like on the zip lines, and as we're coming down, we see SWAT. That's it. That's all we knew.
It's like a wall.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and we were trying to. Our Uber is running late. You know, like we had no idea until we got off of the strip. Like, yeah,
My phone was dead. Yours was like on the last bit of juice, so we were like saving that for Uber. Everyone's panicking around us. Uber wouldn't come for us. We had to walk so far away to get
we
it.
had like a mile away or something like that.
Wow.
We were blessed. It's a tragic tragic. There's nothing good about it. So I'm glad that guy's not with us anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
move on from that.
Let's shake that off. Okay, ready?
Got the
yeah. Disney's a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what musicians have inspired you to your greatness? Greatness of all greats. Some say the greatest of greats.
But not those who are amazing.
No, not
Great.
amazing. Great.
Great.
What musicians got you to the point where you're like, I want to sing. I want like, was it
Who are
like
your inspirations?
Yeah. Who inspired you to be the Krystal that we all know and love today?
There are a lot of really great female belters who have really inspired my sound in terms of singing. I mean, Whitney Houston is definitely up there. Kelly Clarkson, Idina Menzel, Sarah Bareilles, and in the country world, Martina McBride was always like the queen of great vocals and high belting.
Is that the Bed
Demi
of
Lovato.
Roses?
The Bed of Roses?
Maybe not. Go ahead. I won't interrupt again.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
And more recently, Demi Lovato. I love her songs. I love her sound. And she is phenomenal live. I was fortunate enough to see her in concert. And Sarah Bareilles also is phenomenal live. And they really inspired me with their shows and how amazing and versatile they are with playing instruments and singing and just the crazy stuff that they can do while they're on stage in front of, thousands of people.
Yeah.
In terms of songwriters, I will say that...
Didn't even think about songwriters, yeah.
Songwriters. Lin-Manuel Miranda is my main go-to
Right!
inspiration. Yeah, he's phenomenal. I've been a huge fan since 2008. When I first listened to In the Heights, I felt like I was coming home. I was literally on my way home, going to my parents' house on a bus from college, and I put on my iPod, old times.
What about the Zoom? Everybody had a Zoom.
I didn't have a Zoom. Well, did I? I know we had one in the house, I think.
No. Okay, so on your iPod.
On my iPod, I put the In the Heights soundtrack, or I guess cast recording is the correct term, on there, and listened to it on my way home, and it really just felt like South Florida to me. And I know it's about a community in New York, but like everything about the sound, and I loved the lyrics and the lyrical play, and I became a huge fan after that. And it's funny because have you seen the video of Lynn workshopping Hamilton for the Obamas in 2009, and everybody laughed?
I think I have seen that
I have
one.
not.
I went down this crazy rabbit hole when I figured out who he was. I was like,
yeah, because you kind of just got into it with Hamilton, huh?
Yeah. I literally I was like, okay, I need to know more about this guy.
I knew you were a Hamilton fan.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
We watched it way too many times.
This morning, I opened up my Spotify. All right, and I have the best of Hamilton. And then Hamilton. I got more invites for my Spotify. But so I'm busting out Hamilton, and of course loving every bit of it. But then I went and started doing this rabbit hole, and I started learning about, all the other characters, and I didn't even know Lin-Manuel Miranda was even in House, and I was like, oh, I love House. And so then I was like, yeah, House rapped with the dude. Yeah. And then I saw Never Gonna Be President now when he was at the Jimmy Kimmel. And it's I started just deep diving into him. He's a phenomenal character, writer and singer, and just all the way playwright, just amazing. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think I did see the one where he was also doing... I don't remember if it was just Obama or he was doing something, but I do remember Obama being somewhere in the presence.
Yeah, it wasn't just for them. It was this big event, and I forget which event it was. But that was my first sighting of Hamilton was that video on YouTube, and I didn't know if it was going to be a comedy or not, because people were clearly laughing in the video, and I didn't really know what to expect. And then when NPR released the soundtrack, I fell in love with the show. It totally changed my life, and I couldn't wait to see it. And I'm so glad it's on Disney Plus now that we can all watch it whenever we want.
Yes.
But just, there are so many layers of wonderful things in Hamilton. Like, it goes beyond just the music and the motifs that are consistent throughout. In the lyrics, there are so many rhetorical devices and things of literary value that if you're into that, which I warned you I was a nerd, and I am, I love dissecting that stuff and finding all the little nuggets of cool information. And with Hamilton, it's just a gold.
Oh, it really absolutely is. Did you know his name was Alexander Hamilton? I just learned this.
What? Oh, but like in the opening song.
Yeah. What's your name? Alexander Hamilton. Yeah, no.
You stop.
Sorry.
You're going to go down and do it again. This is every morning in our house.
Every morning. What's his name? Alexander. Who are you?
We can play it quietly in our bedroom, and child number 2 will hear it. And get dressed, come out of their room, and come into our room.
It's like, well, I love the soundtrack. I think it's phenomenal. The one that plays, he plays Raphael. What's his name? You know who I'm talking about, right? The one that plays Raphael and who plays Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, David Diggs?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. He's trending on TikTok.
Yeah, because he's got some really great 45-second raps right now.
Yes, he has some amazing 45-second raps. And, we were talking about in the pre-show some politics stuff, but he has a really good one that's about politics that, it's phenomenal. You should find him on TikTok. Great stuff. So
I listened to it a bunch today.
What?
Yeah.
I understand. I have it, but I don't ever use it. I just use it to monitor my child. Make sure they're being okay.
Have TikTok because, I'm a social person. I like to be on every social media that there is. I literally
You be quiet. It has nothing to do with that. You built a following. Making your own TikTok videos.
I have 6,400 followers. Almost popular.
I know.
It's not quite popular, but I can get sponsorship. 6,400 people.
You're such a weirdo.
As long as they're not paying me, I'm all right.
That's awesome.
No, yeah.
Sorry, that's great.
It's great. Show title.
No, but sincerely, that's awesome.
Yeah, I started playing with TikTok because my child wanted to play TikTok, and as a parent, you just okay, if you want to do this, you
have to monitor everything.
I'm okay with you doing this.
Time.
However, I'm not gonna watch everything you do. I'm just gonna kind of make sure everything's good. You don't want to crowd them over, right? So I was like, all right, and then I got on it, and of course, when I got on it, I'm like, oh, let me make a video, and so I made a video, and then I made another one, and now I'm like, okay, I think I can pull off a dress. I think I found a dress. I found a dress that I'm going to purchase.
Stay out of my side of the closet.
It was there's some videos where the girls are there's nothing to the content. They're only shaking their butt, and they're getting thousands of views. So
you think if you wear a dress, you'll get lots of views?
I'm straight going to do exactly what they're doing, dance for dance, and I'm going to be so popular. I'm going to be the most popular of the popular folks.
You're so special.
I am. So we are almost wrapping it up. Okay, where can people find you?
The best place that I would love for people to go is KrystalArvelo.com. It's my website. I recently launched it, and I have all my social links and my videos and all that good stuff there. But if you want to find me on your social network of choice, I am on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So search my name. It's KrystalArvelo.
Sweet. And the A through Z, where are we at? So we just did Avril Lavigne.
K.
We're in K.
Yep, keep
All
moving
right.
on.
Okay, we're going to start with L coming up when?
Next week, next Thursday.
Next Thursday. And you have a little 5-second story, 4-second story to tell us? 2-minute story?
Oh gosh, I don't know if I could condense. But what I would like to say,
Mhm.
if it's all right, is that I've been doing covers with this A to Z challenge, and my 30-day challenge prior to that, I was trying to help out some local organizations for, Central Florida area with the coronavirus and everything going on. So I would do one organization highlighted a day with each song. But I am going to be releasing my own original music starting in 2021. And January 21st is the tentative date that I'm going to be releasing my first single. So
Sweet.
I would love for people who are interested to please go to my website, sign up for my mailing list. You'll get a cool little free digital bundle of goodies. And also then you'll be informed when my single's going to come out. Or just follow me on social. But
Sweet. I'm excited. I know that I personally am looking forward to multiple singles in the future. I've tried my best to show you support as much as I can on Twitter and whatnot.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, you learned the guitar better than I ever could in less than a year. So
You have to put in effort for that, sweetheart.
Yeah, I think if you tried, focus your efforts.
I have ADHD and I barely figured out how to look at the camera. So, what got you? Okay, I'm just gonna finish this up. We'll wrap it up real quick. Why did you decide to work with the charities that you chose? And could you tell us a little bit about the charities you selected?
Sure. The very first one that I did was Music for Melons, and my dear friend Angeline, I believe she was 27 years old when she was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so she fought and she succeeded, and she has made it her mission to raise funds for making strides against breast cancer. And she created this really great group called Music for Melons that uses music to raise money for the cause. And so that was my first video to support Music for Melons. And in fact, here's another cool plug, if it's all right.
That's fine.
Their fall fundraiser is going to be next Saturday, and I'm going to be singing in that also.
Okay.
But so that was the first one that I chose. And other organizations and charities, unfortunately, some of them have not made it through the COVID curse of, the economy right now.
2020.
Give Kids the World Village, really wonderful charity that helped terminally ill children have wonderful vacations with Disney and the theme parks. Unfortunately, they aren't operating, as far as I know, for the time being. But that was one of them that I chose. And also local businesses that I support. Nobody paid me to plug their stuff, but places like Wholesome Keto Treats, they make low-carb goodies, and keto is a lifestyle I follow. I don't want opinions on that, by the way. These folks. But
I feel that deeply to my core.
Mel at roosterbatshow.com. I'll pass them all along. Go. Mel at roosterbatshow.com. Go ahead.
But they are wonderful people, and they make great products, and they're a small business, so I wanted to help support them. And then there are other places like the Orlando Science Center, which was huge, and they actually retweeted me and shared my Facebook post. So it was really great. I love the Science Center. They have wonderful events for adults and kids. Just places of cultural value, places that I personally support, and causes that mean a lot to me, like making strides against breast cancer and Alzheimer's Association was a big one, for obvious reasons, as we've discussed earlier.
Yeah. Sweet. Well, sounds like you've been super busy. One more time, give everybody your email address again. Or not email address, your website.
Handles. Yeah.
KrystalArvelo.com, KrystalArvelo.com, and you can find me under Krystal Arvelo if you search on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on YouTube.
Sweet. And we will see you guys all next week. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. We got deep and we learned that Florida Man is not actually real. I hope.
Oh, he's real.
Have a good one. See you guys next week.
I'm Lindsay Valenti.
And I'm Madison Stengel.
And we're the hosts of Ye Old Crime, where we discuss the funny,
hey man, he's a nice guy. And they're like, no, he's disgusting. He has hooves.
Strange. There are EVPs of spirits saying, get out, in a room where patients committed suicide, and obscure crimes of yesteryear.
Here, Justin, here's your first phallic amulet.
Join us Wednesdays, wherever you listen to podcasts, and we'll see you next time with another tale
as old as crime.